How's it going, everyone? Welcome to yet another episode of Unfiltered Immigration, episode number 13, Telegram groups and Green Card Backlog groups. So, in today's episode, I'm going to talk about various Telegram groups which exist for Green Card Backlog and some of the things which are great about them, some of the things which are not so great about that, which can be improved. But also, there is a group I have, which I haven't like advertised much about it, but now it's important. So I'm gonna share about the group, that Telegram group, and what are some of the guidelines we want to set it to achieve our desired goal, which we want to achieve, right? So setting some guidelines. So if you don't know me, my name is Anuj, and on this channel I try to spread about awareness on discrimination faced by high skilled workers based on their country of birth. So if you don't know about green card backlog, right now there are around million high skilled immigrants living in the United States. They have their immigration petition approved, but they are in this green card backlog, means that they don't have their this green card or permanent residency just based on where they are born, just because of where they are born. So there is very little awareness on this issue, which I try to which I with different topics which I try to bring the awareness on that, right? So uh, this green card backlog, when I if you know anything about that, if you are in the green card backlog, you already know about the Telegram groups, that there are like tons and tons of Telegram groups, maybe not tons, but there are many out there, and uh, they are great. Like last year when I started uh, traveling to all the 50 states to protest or spread awareness on this issue, I started traveling to all the 50 states. And I also joined some of this group right at that time. And some people ask me, hey, Anuj, start this Telegram group, your own, to work on this issue. But there were many reasons which I'm going to talk about it. I didn't prefer to start, but during the my last protest, which was on 2nd March 2024 in Texas, I was organizing this march. So at that time, to help out with the logistic or people who are coming, we can like coordinate easily. I started this group, which was nice that people who were coming to the march, they joined, but other people joined and they were like highly motivated and they were wanted to take actions in many different ways. So we started talking about what we can do, right? So that group still exists, which then I haven't like posted about that group much. But if you know that uh, like I'm working on a plan to bring the solution to this issue, which I'm going to reveal on this Sunday, which is on 20th March. So that live stream I have scheduled already. You might have seen it. So while I have been like did my last campaign of traveling to all the 50 states, if you know that I talked about that my main reason for doing that was to spread awareness. If you go back and look at my first video as well, that my entire campaign I did it because there is no awareness about that. But now since I have done that, I have come up across like many things I have learned or observed, which is like why there is a lack of advocacy, significant lack of advocacy to solve this issue. What is stopping people from taking actions? And also, because I was doing all these things, I came across a lot of people, and they were saying that, Hanuj, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? And different people has different ideas. So I have tried to put a plan together which combines all of those things, so how we can overcome our shortcomings, but also the different ways people wanted to take action. So that plan I'm going to reveal on the 28th March. But for that, I think that it would be nice that we have more people join this group who want to take action, so we can coordinate better, right? So uh, 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 area 51. Hey, yes, it's Sanjay. Yeah, hello. Yeah, if you are joining this live, just say hello. It's nice, because otherwise I don't know like who is joining, but it's like very motivating to see your comments. So yeah, feel free to drop hi. uh, so uh, uh, let's talk about groups in general, right? That there are different groups on Telegrams, on WhatsApp. Now, people create groups for different reasons, right? Like, let's say that if you are already friends with someone, like you went to do your masters with some friends, you become friends, and then you created a group which doesn't have any specific focus they are working on. It's just like your friends, and you wanted to do things together, you wanted to share jokes together, and you create that group, and that create group is kind of like free, right? To do whatever you want to do, and that's fine. But then there are groups which are created for specific purpose, and that's kind of like I'm not sure people who started this Telegram groups, they had any focus on mind or not. But right now, if you see the groups, there are two kind of things happening in this group, which I didn't like, and that's why I was hesitant to start any groups, right? And those are the main two things I saw in those Telegram groups. Are people are complaining, and people are posting their opinions, which are not always bad, but the reason sometimes why it's bad, and why they need to channel it, it's because that sometimes just complaining and posting your opinions are not helping to bring us the solution we want, right? So like, let's say that the complaints are kind of like, some complaints are like this, that okay, all the politicians are against us, or like all the lawyers are against us, or like why no one is taking action, and that's kind of complaints. uh, Posting in the Telegram groups, I'm not sure how it is helpful. And complaining, I guess that if you really want to complain, maybe complain it on Twitter, even if you don't have a large following, or even if you don't want to post from your real profile, that's okay. But post it on the Twitter. If more people are posting on the Twitter, then it's like it's open to the world, so people see this, that there are real people suffering because of this, and somehow that is more effective than posting in the groups, right? Then that complaint, it's going to the targeted people, like people who subscribe to you, or like someone, like if you have complained in very creative way, then it might reach to a lot of people organically, right? But then it's like posting in these groups, just complaints, it's not helping. And sometimes another thing is that people a lot of people post their opinions, which are not bad, but sometimes it's like uh, very opinions which are not useful at all, right? Like some kind of like, okay, this will never happen, this has never, or someone will come up with the idea and they're like, okay, this will not work, right? So those are the two kind of major things I have noticed, that okay, it's only complaints or opinions, or sometimes people wants to talk about things which are like, one example to give you, that someone is trying to calculate the exit date, like let's say someone's priority date is June 2017, they are trying to figure it out in that group by getting a lot of data that when that priority date will become current. And I'm not sure that's not possible to figure it out, so the thing I'm talking about, that a lot of the things are happening in this group, it's not helping us towards reaching a solution. And sometimes the group becomes big, which is good, but then when the group becomes big, but if it is not regulated or directed, then someone posts sometimes some important things, but that is very easy to get buried somewhere in the chat, so ideally I would love to have a group. uh, if it is small, it's okay, but people who are committed to taking actions, then a big group which is just like posting like non-productive things, right? uh, anyways, let's talk about this group. The group I have started few months back. The link is in the channel, not channel, in this video description, in the live description. I have left the group link. How I want this group to be is that follow some uh, guidelines which are not like uh, set in stone. We'll see how this goes, and we'll try to update them, modify them, and maybe in the future, if there is a need, we might move to a different platform than Telegram, right? But right now, Telegram group should be fine. So there is a link in the description if you want to join it. Here are some of the guidelines. It would be great if people follows that. Always be respectful, right? That uh, always be respectful towards other. If someone comes up with an idea or opinion, just don't discard them. So, and the second thing is kind of like similar, that don't discourage people. So anytime if you are posting something, just think about that, is this going to discourage people? uh, Sometimes posting things like, okay, nothing is going to happen, uh, it's not gonna help in any way, and it's gonna discourage people from taking action. If you have opinion like, okay, for whatever reason this is not gonna happen in this congress or whatever, that kind of things are not beneficial at all. Just to give you an example or analogy, that let's say that if you don't have a job, two people, they don't have a job, uh, and the job market is bad right now, but one person thinks that the job market is bad, and he's right, but the other person thinks that, okay, job market is good, and he's wrong. But how it's going to help him is that because he believes that job market is good, he's going to apply for the jobs. Meanwhile, other person is thinking that, okay, job market is bad, so me taking action is not going to help in any way. I can keep applying, but your job market is bad, so I'm not going to find the job. Meanwhile, other person, even there is like two job openings, he's applying and he's like going to find that job, so it keeps him going or her going, and that helps him or her to get to the whatever he wants, right? So sometimes, even like, let's say if you're posting that nothing is going to happen, and you might be true, but that's not going to help, and we cannot wait for the ideal scenario. So people need to take action now, right? So the second one is that don't discourage people. Don't start any unrelated discussion which are not like related to reaching a solution towards which solves this green card backlog, right? Or which ends this country about discussion. So don't start any unrelated discussion. Related jokes are welcome. I guess that we can always it's always good to laugh, so, and some jokes are that you cannot share it on the Twitter. It might That might have a negative impact, if right? So related jokes are welcome, but don't start sharing random jokes. uh, Now these were the things about like what not to post. Now you will be like, Anuj, what to post, right? So post about the actions you took, right? and that's very rare. People are posting complaints, people are posting opinions, people are complaining that why no one is taking action, but very rarely I see people posting about the what action they took. So change that. Post about the action you took. Anuj, the community. Uh, Okay, yeah, Atul, thanks for your encouraging words. Yeah, and thanks for joining live. So, yeah, post about the actions you took recently. That, let's say, if you call your congressman, if you call your senator, post about that. What was your experience? You called, what was your experience? You visited your member of the Congress office, post about that. Uh, you talked to your colleague about the green card backlog, which had no idea what it is. Post about that. You talk to your friends or family who didn't know about this, talk about that. You went and protested somewhere, talk about that. And protest, unfortunately, are very rare. Like the last march we did, last protest was on 2nd March 2024, and I doubt that anyone has protested after that. uh, uh, but I would love to see that. I would love for more people to go out and protest. So if you protested somewhere, I would love to hear that, right? So the main thing is that post more about the action you took and lead by the example. That will help motivate other to take action. So post about the actions you took. Ask related question for which answers are not easily available, right? So some questions, if it's related to green card backlog and you don't know the answer, you can always ask those kind of questions. Or if you have a questions on how to take actions, you can ask those questions, right? So that's okay. uh, or post anything which can help us bring closer to solution. And that's simple. We are all smart people, highly educated. The simple question you just need to ask is that, is what I am posting in this group is helping us bring closer to the solution, or is it going to discourage people, right? That simple questions will help you to filter that what to post or not to post, right? Uh, uh, so now what my intention is that, like, uh, uh, channeling our energy, right? That this some green card backlog groups are working as kind of like a therapy group, which is good, that's needed as well. But hopefully this group stays focused on what we are trying to achieve, and become like more action oriented group than people who are just posting opinions. And opinions is not bad, but like, let's say if you want to put opinions, think about what actions you have took, right? If you post one opinion, like first take two actions and then post an opinion. So then your opinion has a more weight, because that opinion is came out of experience rather than just like you reading some stuff, right? So uh, yeah, that's the intention. I hope you are excited for 28th March. I have been working hard to put this plan together. So I am excited. Hopefully, you all can join on 28th March. Otherwise, thanks for all of you watch online. I know it's late and I'm traveling right now, so I haven't got much time recently to do this live stream, but this is going to become more regular now as we kick up this plan. So I'll thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys on 28th March. Take care.